I know what you're saying. I know what you're thinking. How can you possibly say that Alexander Povetkin versus Anthony Joshua was a mismatch? There's no way that Alexander Povetkin versus Anthony Joshua was a mismatch. There's no way. Oh, really? You know, if I'm not mistaken, Alexander Povetkin was having issues with Mariusz Wach. Mariusz Wach, people, out of all the heavyweights, Mariusz Wach did something that caught my eyes against Alexander Povetkin. He was able to land his right hand on Povetkin. Mariusz Wach is a very limited heavyweight. He's also a very slow heavyweight. He's one of the slowest heavyweights you will ever see, Mariusz Wach. He's very slow. And he's able to land. Alright, look at that fight. You're going to see him able to land. Okay, he's landing right hands on Povetkin's face. He's landing. Now, a slow heavyweight like that, a limited heavyweight like that, is landing right hands on Povetkin. You understand me? When Povetkin fought Vladimir Klitschko, he could not avoid getting hit with that right hand. Vladimir Klitschko was throwing him down like a rag doll. David Price? David Price was landing on Povetkin. You see, when it comes to Povetkin, one thing he's never been good at is having the best defense. Povetkin is a fighter that gets hit in every single fight he's ever been in. He got hit by everything against Marco Huck in his prime. He got hit by everything against Vladimir Klitschko. He got hit against Mariusz Wach. He was getting hit against Manuel Charr. Manuel Charr was landing on Alexander Povetkin. He was getting hit against Carlos Takam. Takam was landing flush shots on Povetkin. Povetkin has never had the best defense. This is why if you look at his... Even against Daniel Dubois, that prospect, he was getting hit in sparring. You saw his face. You saw how he was, roughed up in sparring. So Alexander Povetkin, even in his prime, he was acceptable to getting hit very easily. Right? He's a very easy heavyweight to basically... Like, if you fight Povetkin, you can land on him. He's no, defensive wizard. Alexander Povetkin right now is past his best. He's not... I know that he is... I consider him a top 10 heavyweight, but we have to be real with ourselves. He's 39. You're not in your prime at age 39. You're just not. Let's be real. Every time you see a fighter lose at 39, what do people say? He was over the hill. Let's be real. You never say a fighter... Whenever you're talking about a fighter, and we're talking about the age of a fighter, you never find yourself saying, oh, he's in his prime. You never find yourself saying, oh, he's 39, he's in his prime. No, you always find yourself saying, oh, man, but he's up there in age. He's 38, 39. Because that's considered old for a fighter. Anthony Joshua is far better than Mariusz Wach. Anthony Joshua is far better than Manuel Charr. Anthony Joshua is better than Carlos Takam. Anthony Joshua is better than Marco Huck. And he's also much bigger than these guys. I'm telling you right now, he's going to be able to land on Alexander Povetkin with ease. If David Price and Mariusz Wach were able to land, and both of these guys are slower than in my opinion, I think they're slower than somebody like Anthony Joshua. If they were able to land, trust and believe, homie, Anthony Joshua will be able to land. You will see Anthony Joshua land on Alexander Povetkin. The question is, can Povetkin take Anthony Joshua's power punches? Because Anthony Joshua has been saying leading up to this fight that he wants to bring back that killer instinct. He plans on brutally knocking out Alexander Povetkin because the fight's going to be taking place at Wembley. He wants to have the boxing fans, because the boxing fans at Wembley, they remember, I'm pretty sure the same boxing fans that paid to watch him fight Klitschko, they remember that atmosphere. They remember how exciting that fight was. Anthony Joshua has been complaining about his 2 recent fights. He doesn't like the fact that they weren't, brutal knockouts. The fight was stopped against Carlos Takam. He didn't brutally knock out Carlos Takam. When he fought Joseph Parker, the fight went the distance. Anthony Joshua said it himself. He felt he didn't like his performances against Carlos Takam or Joseph Parker because he felt that it wasn't exciting enough. He wants to bring that back in Wembley against Alexsander Povetkin. Well, guess what, Anthony Joshua? Alexsander Povetkin is a perfect opponent because he's made to order for uppercuts. So we're going to have a young heavyweight who's in his prime, like Anthony Joshua, who wants to bring back that excitement, who wants to knock out his next opponent. And he's going to be in there against a guy like Alexander Povetkin, who is past his prime at 39, who fights one way. This is the major thing. He fights one way, Alexander Povetkin. He comes forward down the pipe. And who is very poor defensive-wise. You know what that equals to? That equals to a horrible, exciting, knockout. Because it's horrible in the sense that, nobody likes seeing a guy get brutally knocked out. But it's also exciting because everybody likes seeing a guy get knocked out, right? When it comes to knockouts, when you first see the knockout happen, you get excited. You're like, oh shit, he got knocked the fuck out. But then you start thinking to yourself, oh shit, is he alright? I hope he's not dead, right? Because you start getting concerned, like, because the knockout looks bad or the fighter's not getting up. So that's why I say it's exciting because we like seeing knockouts as boxing fans, but it's also horrific because sometimes it looks like something really bad happened to the fighter, right? Because he's not getting up or he's not responding. So I feel that this is a mismatch. I feel that this is really a mismatch. I feel that we're going to be... this is a fight between a young lion and Anthony Joshua versus a past his prime older fighter in Alexander Povetkin. Okay, you're going to see Anthony Joshua litting up Alexander Povetkin. I'm telling you. Marius Walk was past his prime and was slow as molasses when he was able to land his right hand on Povetkin's face. Look at that fight. He was landing. He was landing on Povetkin's face. And this was like 2 years ago when Povetkin was even younger. But Povetkin couldn't evade Marius Walk's right hands. I'm telling you right now, if a slow heavyweight like Marius Walk was able to do this, a much quicker and a much better fighter like Anthony Joshua will be able to land his power punches. Do I think that Alexander Povetkin will be able to take Anthony Joshua's power punches? Absolutely not. He might be able to take a few, but eventually he will fold and fall. He might fall in 8. Or he might fall in 5, but he will fall. Why? Because nobody, the human body is not meant to be getting hit and taking punches, clean punches, flush punches to the face, continuously. Eventually you break down from that. I mean, Vladimir Klitschko dropped Alexander Povetkin like 3 times. Vladimir Klitschko, I think him and Anthony, some people might say Anthony Joshua is a bigger puncher than Vladimir. I also saw Alexander Povetkin do a silly dance against David Price. When David Price hit him, landed on him, he had him rolling back to the ring apron and shit. Some people might, I know David Price is considered a puncher, but again, they're probably at the same type of punching level. But like I said, who has better technique, David Price or Anthony Joshua? Anthony Joshua. AJ got the better technique, so he doesn't just have the punching power. He has the technique. He knows how to set you up. You get what I'm saying? So, again, the question is this. Is Alexander Povetkin going to be able to get to on the inside against... Is Alexander Povetkin going to be able to get on the inside against Anthony Joshua quicker than Anthony Joshua is going to be able to land his power punches against Alexander Povetkin? Because if Anthony Joshua is able to land his power punches against Alexander Povetkin before Alexander Povetkin is able to get on the inside against Anthony Joshua, then you could trust and believe he will be getting hit and hurt badly and quick. He will be getting hurt quickly in this fight. But like I said, if he's able to basically get on the inside first and quicker than Anthony Joshua was able to land on him, then that's the only time it will get interesting. That is the only time it will get interesting, because I want to see how Anthony Joshua responds to this. I want to see if Alexsander Povetkin is able to get on the inside and he's able to land one of his hooks on Anthony Joshua's chin. I want to see how Anthony Joshua responds to this. Is he able to? Because Alexsander Povetkin is a big puncher, right? Is he able to take this punching, this type of these hooks? Is he able to take it? How does he respond to this? But like I said, Alexsander Povetkin might never get the chance to do it. He might never get the chance to get on the inside and test out Anthony Joshua's chin. No, he might not get to test out AJ's chin, because like I said, what happens if Anthony Joshua is quicker than Povetkin and he's able to land his power punches because he's taller, because he has the longer reach? What happens if he's able to land his power punches first on Alexsander Povetkin? Like, say he throws a jab and then he follows it up with a right hook and he lands it flush. Because you could believe when he throws that jab, right down the pipe, he's gonna snap Alexsander Povetkin's head back. What happens if he throws a jab and then he follows it up with like a short uppercut or like a left hook? What happens then? And he lands, because trust me, homie, he's gonna land on Povetkin. How does Povetkin able to take that? Does he get on Queer Street? Because you know if he gets on Queer Street, AJ is a killer. He's gonna go after Povetkin. So that's really the question. That's the only thing that intrigues me in this fight is, what happens if Alexsander Povetkin manages to get on the inside against AJ? Because if he's able to do that, he's gonna be able to land right on the inside. That's the only thing that I'm really interested in, because I know, but like I said, I know that Anthony Joshua is going to be able to land on Povetkin. That's why I'm really confident in him winning against Povetkin and just knocking him out. So the question is AJ capable of keeping is AJ capable of keeping Povetkin at bay long enough to set him up with a, combination to knock him out before Alexsander Povetkin is able to get on the inside against him? That's what I'm curious. That's what intrigues me about this fight. That's what I personally believe. Anyway, guys, that's all I have to say. Thanks for watching, and as always, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for the latest in boxing. And yeah, guys, I'm out. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.